Hi, I am Bob Ooten. I watched The Last Comic Standing, and I'm 75 years old, and stand-up comedy is not my problem, just remaining standing. I'm an engineer, and I used to run sewage treatment plants that dealt with what 2.5 million people flushed down the toilet. It was a hard and stinky job. So your number 2 became my number 1. You know, in that job, I took a lot of crap. It may have been shit to you, but it was bread and butter to me. Another sanitary engineer. You know, I'm going to play to the Italian crowd over here. You know, the sewage treatment plants discharge into rivers. They're like this one. Discharge into rivers, and they make for really good fishing holes. Fishermen like those good fishing holes, except it's not any more freshwater fishing. Some of the sewage treatment plants, they discharge chemicals, weird chemicals in the water, and they change the gender of the male fish to make them more effeminate. You can tell when you catch these fish because they don't nag nearly as much. It's annoying downstream then that the fishermen aren't catching very many fish, because now most of the fish are female, and they're naturally smarter. And the male fish are exhausted. My dad was a young man during the Second World War, and he dropped out of school to fight for his principles. Actually, he got kicked out of school for fighting with the principal. He was in the Second World War. In that war, they fought in the old-fashioned way, in person. There weren't any such things as drones. There were things that hovered over your shoulder, acted menacingly toward you, and they were called mothers-in-law. My dad got custody of me in the Second World War. You know, I was very young. Went through a very angry divorce, and because my mom was unfaithful to him when he was in the war. As a consequence, I didn't know what my biological mother looked like. And as I grew older, though, you know, I began to learn what the postman looked like. I believe. Anyway, I had a paper out when I was growing up, and I could make. It's frustrating that I could only make $5 a week. You know, now I'm a stand-up comic, and I can make twice that much. Waiting on tables. My dad was divorced in the Second World War, as I told you. And the scary part about that was I had to go live with my senile grandmother. And we're out walking one day, and she said, "Bobby, we used to live in that house over there." I said, "Grandma, we still do." So I get to take my kids with me traveling, and I took them to my hometown, my grandkids. And I said, "Guys, I used to live in that house over there." It's Grandpa, that's a Walmart. There's a lot of social media dating sites, and you know, I think they're pretty impersonal. I met my wife in the old-fashioned way, in person. She snuck out of her dorm, and we went on a blind date. As of last June, we've been married for 50 years. She's in the Italian section over here. Research shows that married men live longer. Sometimes it just feels longer. And I'll leave you with one that you ladies might be able to help here in the front row. Research shows that 90% of women's problems begin with men. Like menopause, menstruation. My wife had to teach me how to say that word. And mental illness. Anyway, I'm Bob Ooten. Thank you very much.